Hey, if your doctor put you on metoprolol, whether it was for your blood pressure or your heart palpitations or your anxiety, your migraines or your irregular heartbeat, and you watched part 1 of this series, you already know about magnesium, about box breathing, and about passion flower. If you haven't watched it, go check it out now. But in this video, I'm going to give you 3 more natural replacements for metoprolol. And the first one has been used for over 2,000 years in tons of clinical trials, proving that it works. But I promise that your cardiologist never told you about it. You see, the problem with metoprolol is that it suppresses your heart. It suppresses it, and it blocks your receptors. It forces everything down. But what if instead of blocking your heart, you could actually strengthen it? What if your heart could pump so efficiently that it didn't need to beat fast? What if instead of chemically removing your body's ability to respond, you could give your body the tools to regulate itself? That's what these next 3 replacements will do. And the difference will change how you think about your medication. Listen, my name's Joel. I'm a nurse and a naturopath. This is part 2 of my 3-part metoprolol replacement series. So let's go. Number 4 is hawthorn berry. So natural health practitioners call this the heart toner. And there's a reason. Metoprolol blocks your beta receptors, and so it forces your heart rate down. Hawthorn does the opposite. It contains chemicals that improve the efficiency of your heart's contraction, the beat. So your heart pumps more blood per beat. When your heart pumps more effectively, it doesn't need to beat as fast. Your heart rate comes down naturally, not because it's being blocked, but because it's working better. Now, you don't have to take notes, just save this video and you can reference it later. But a meta-analysis published in the American Journal of Medicine reviewed 14 clinical trials that involved over 1,100 patients, and hawthorn berry significantly improved exercise, improved their heart symptoms of fatigue, improved their output of blood from their heart. Patients had more energy, not less. They had better exercise capacity, not worse. That is the opposite of metoprolol's effect. So if you're on metoprolol for arrhythmias, hawthorn has antiarrhythmic properties as well. It helps stabilize the electrical activity of your heart muscle. And that works through the calcium and potassium channel modulation. So big words, but basically it helps to modulate the entrance and exit of calcium and potassium in your heart, stabilizing your rhythm. Germany's version of the FDA, they actually approved hawthorn berry for heart-related conditions. In America, your doctor has never taught you that it even exists. But my mentor, Barbara O'Neill, she teaches that every 30 days, your heart muscle cells regenerate. You're given a brand new heart roughly every month. So if you suppress it with metoprolol, you regenerate a suppressed heart. If you nourish it with hawthorn, you regenerate a stronger one. 600 to 900 milligrams of standardized hawthorn extract daily is the recommended dose, and you build over 4 to 8 weeks. This is a tonic. It's not a drug. It strengthens over time. So, number 5 is cayenne pepper, and this one is specifically for a side effect of metoprolol that drives people crazy. The cold hands, the cold feet, the sluggish circulation, the feeling that blood isn't reaching your extremities. Metoprolol reduces cardiac output, so it reduces the amount of blood coming out with each pump. and it constricts the blood vessels in your fingers and toes. So blood isn't getting where it needs to go. Cayenne does the opposite. Capsaicin, which is the active compound in cayenne pepper, it triggers receptors in your body which release a chemical that dilates your blood vessels. So it stimulates nitric oxide production, and that causes your vessels to open up even further. And it breaks down the chemical that causes, well, it's not a chemical really, fibrin. It's a substance that causes blood clots in your system. So cayenne pepper also breaks down fibrin. The first morning you drink cayenne in warm water, you will feel blood returning to your extremities, warmth just spreading through your body. That's your circulation waking up from what metoprolol did to put it to sleep. So, cayenne pepper has been used in all sorts of emergency situations, but suffice it to say, cayenne pepper is a great alternative to metoprolol. But I want to preface all of this with, do not go off of your metoprolol. You will slowly wean yourself off by taking the things that I'm suggesting, and then as your numbers return to normal without metoprolol, or before you take your metoprolol, you notify your doctor, and your doctor will take you off of it. So how do you take cayenne? You just do a 1/4 teaspoon in warm water. I like it with lemon and honey, and you just drink it every morning. You can build to a full teaspoon over about 2 weeks period of time. So number 6 is CoQ10, CoQ10. Specifically, ubiquinol is the active form. And this one is non-negotiable if you are on metoprolol or any beta blocker, and your heart, so what happens is that your heart beats about 100,000 times a day, and it needs a massive amount of cellular energy to do that. And that energy comes from your mitochondria. That's part of your cell. CoQ10 is the molecule that your mitochondria need to produce it. So here's the problem. Beta blockers have been shown to deplete CoQ10 levels. So metoprolol is suppressing your heart, and it's robbing you of the fuel it needs to function. That's why you're always tired, and nobody told you that your medication is draining your heart's energy supply. Another study showed that CoQ10 supplementation reduced systolic blood pressure by an average of 11 points, and diastolic, the number at the bottom, by 7 points. So if you're on metoprolol for heart failure or reduced cardiac output, CoQ10 directly supports the energy production in your heart muscle. So you're giving your heart back the fuel that metoprolol took away, basically. Okay. The dose for that is like 200 milligrams of ubiquinol daily with a meal that contains fat. So if you are on metoprolol and you want a structured step-by-step plan introducing these natural alternatives, I built a 10-day challenge specifically for metoprolol users. Just comment the word freedom in the comments and I'll get you the details. In part 3, the finale, I'm gonna give you the last 3 replacements for metoprolol, including the tea that works through the same mechanism as an ACE inhibitor, a morning drink that targets your cortisol and anxiety at the root instead of masking the symptoms, and the complete metoprolol replacement stack laid out in order. So you don't want to miss part 3. My name is Joel. Be your own doctor.